Back on the Buffalo Wild Wings pregame show here on the Seahawk Digital Network at 95.9 The Ticket. Eric Root now joined by the head coach of the Seahawks, Karen Barefoot, as we get her thoughts before today's contest between UNCW and Drexel. And, Coach, obviously, let's go back to Friday real quick. Not a good shooting night for you guys. You had opportunities, a lot of them from the outside. When their shots aren't falling, what do you have to do to try and fix things and get things back on track?
Easy. Take pride in your defense. I mean, try to, speed them up a little bit, and that way you get your legs loose so you can knock down shots. And I think sometimes we think too much on the offensive end and understanding that your offense is going to come. But defense, we got to bring the energy. We got to take it up.
Madison Rocky in the last two games has played extremely well for you, averaging 20 points. And for a player like Madison, who was a little up and down in the last couple of weeks, to see her bounce back and get two quality performances, including 17 points against Charleston, you have to be pleased with the leadership from your senior.
Absolutely. She's playing her greatest basketball of the year, no doubt about it. But it's a team sport, and we have to have other people step up, and we have to have more of a post presence inside. That's what we talked about. We just can't settle and shoot threes. And we got too comfortable in doing that, and we didn't mix it up. So this game, we're going to definitely mix it up.
Drexel comes into town today, the top defensive team in the conference, allowing less than 57 points a game, and that's been the calling card for Denise Dillon's Dragons over the course of the last 15 seasons. When you're facing a team like Drexel that doesn't give up a lot of points, opportunities become very important. How do you take advantage of those opportunities, and how do you change your game to try and make sure that you get your points?
Tonight is about who is going to own their identity. As simple as that. We know who they are, but who are we? And so I think for us, we got to get back to the tempo that we want to play. We've got to embrace our pace. We want to push and share in transition. We want to get in them defensively, play solid defense without fouling, but be aggressive. I want us to bump cutters. I want us to have our, high energy there, and we talk about floor burns all the time, but we've got to take charges. We got to do all the little things for us to bring the intensity today to beat a team like Drexel, who's top in our conference.
Drexel also one of the top three-point shooting teams, another calling card for Denise Dillon's teams over the years, and a team that you like to see. They'll play inside, outside, and they'll make their shots when they need to, and it's kind of the same situation that you're in. When your shots are falling, you're good from outside. How do you contend with an outside shooting team like Drexel?
Well, if you think about it, prior to last night, we were number one in the conference in defending the three. And we're second in making the three. So I think it comes down to us, being confident and having our bench really step up and taking the load off our starters. I think our bench is going to be a big key for us tonight. So everybody's got to play with high energy tonight, get ready to knock down easy shots and get after it defensively and try to own our identity and take that teal pride mentality.
You had four players in double figures on Friday. The offense was spread out pretty well for your group. And that's one of the few times that you've had four players in double figures. How important is it to get everybody involved scoring the basketball?
It's extremely important. I mean, we've got to have more paint points. We haven't had enough paint points, and so we talked about that. And, it's alumni weekend, so we're going to be pumped up for our alums being here. It was homecoming last night. I had a chance to spend a lot of time with them, and some of them came to shoot around. And I was just talking about, when basketball started in 1973, we actually have three starters here, so we got a huge turnout. So we're hoping to get fired up and just represent everybody today and just really get after it.
You talk about the alumni, a group of 25 former players here today. And for you in your first year in this program, how good does that feel to have that many people come back to represent UNCW and the women's basketball program?
Well, it's incredible. I mean, I think it just speaks volumes of the energy that we're trying to play at. I mean, everybody's been talking about, how do you measure success with this team? It definitely is not wins and losses. How are we improving? We're playing harder. We're competing in conference. Our conference is 10th in the country. We know we're going to hit a wall when we got there. Yeah, we started off having the best record in non-conference in 10 years. But again, this conference is tough, so you can't take anybody lightly. So we just got to be with confidence and go out there and show these alums, that we're excited for them to be a part of this, and that we got to keep bringing the energy and, make them proud. And we talked about representing the four letters across our chest, which a lot of those are the alumni. So we're excited about it today.
Well, Coach, we wish you nothing but the best of luck today. We hope to be talking to you after a victory against Drexel this afternoon.
Let's go get it.
That's head coach Karen Barefoot. Joe Catenacci joins you on the other side of this timeout to go over the starting lineups and the opening tip-off. It's UNCW and Drexel next on the Seahawk Digital Network and 95.9 The Ticket.